If you're a Pisces, Virgo, Aries, or Libra sun, moon, or rising, here are 5 things to look out for over the coming months as eclipse season activates your 6th and 12th houses. These two houses are almost like two sides of the same coin. One rules the practical reality of like everyday life, work, routines, habits, responsibilities, while the other is much more about what happens when we need to step back, let go, or question where our life is actually going. So first up, changes to your habits, routines, or general lifestyle. Maybe you start getting up earlier to run before work, quit smoking, become a vegetarian, or finally sort out a routine that you've been meaning to change for ages. Sometimes these changes happen because life forces our hand, so maybe for health or practical reasons, but other times it's simply something that finally clicks, and this time you actually stick to it. Second, changes to your everyday working life. This could be a new job, a new manager, different working hours, going part-time, changing location, or suddenly being told that you've got to go spend more time in the office. It doesn't necessarily mean completely changing careers. It can simply mean that the way that your working life operates from day to day looks very different. Third, life could suddenly feel busy. Like, those periods where every appointment, deadline, and a bit of life admin seems to arrive at once. At work, your diary might be packed with meetings, your to-do list could be longer than your leg, and you could find yourself working longer hours or being really stressed with like a big project. Which actually leads quite nicely onto number 4, because the 12th house is traditionally associated with endings, retreat, and letting go. And sometimes all of this pressure can then become the catalyst for deciding that something simply isn't sustainable anymore. Maybe changes at work have been forced upon you and you decide you've had enough. Maybe you're exhausted and realize that something has to give. Or perhaps you simply reach the point where you know it's time to close one chapter and move on. Finally, those endings don't always have to be about work. It could be the end of a relationship or a friendship, moving away from somewhere that you've lived, closing a business, or letting go of something else that has been a big part of your life. There are honestly too many possibilities to list, but underneath it all, there's a much bigger question of where is my life actually going and what am I ready to leave behind? Eclipses in the 12th house can sometimes feel like going into a cocoon. Something is being cleared out, reorganized, and released, and the universe is basically acting like scissors. So if you won't voluntarily let go of something, these eclipses will come out and cut the cord for you. But as scary as it sounds, like, the underlying point is that eventually you're going to emerge from this cocoon as a butterfly, like lighter and freer without the emotional baggage holding you back as you step into the next chapter of your life. These are just some examples, and anything I've missed will be covered on these posts on my Insta and TikTok profiles about what to expect during the coming months.